Today we're going to talk about the biggest freaking myth that I hear about being transgender. My name is Ashton Colby. You found this channel because you are interested in transgender transition beyond the physical changes. Yay. My name is Ashton. I am transgender. I have been transitioning for like 5 years. If you're new to this channel, I've been on testosterone on and off for 5 years. Got my chest surgery back in 2013. And I'm a yoga teacher in training, so we're going to talk about things that I think a lot of people are craving, which is just let's talk about the spiritual, emotional, intellectual aspects of transition. And if you haven't already subscribe because 2008 is going to be huge for this channel. I have got so many big things planned, so many projects, and I want you to not miss it. So anyway, today we're going to talk about the biggest freaking myth that I hear about being transgender, and that is that you can't be transgender and happy. Yeah, maybe people don't straight up say you can't be transgender and happy, but there are so many messages subconsciously through the media making transgender transition the most dramatic, most just totally distorted thing that you could ever imagine. It is just ridiculous. And so yeah, let's bust the myth that you can't be transgender and happy. Have you ever heard of this thing called anxiety reappraisal? It's the idea that before you get on stage and you're doing some public speaking and your body starts kind of getting sweaty and your heart starts racing a little bit like that, and those are just physiological things that are happening with your nervous system, and you can either consciously prime your response to those physiological responses that are beyond your control and say, oh man, I'm so nervous, I'm so anxious, whatever, or you can say, you know, I'm really excited. When this happens, when my palms get sweaty, my heart starts getting a little racing, you know, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to do this. I'm really excited to go speak and talk to these people and share what presentation I have. Like I said, again, you can be like, I'm really anxious, and that can pull you down into the rabbit hole of that. And the same with transition. You can either make a conscious choice of the fact that transition is a beautiful thing. It's an incredible thing. When you started to have those initial pings of, hey, something's not right, and the way I'm expressing myself through my gender right now is not in alignment with the fullest expression of myself, and you know, you started doing some research and you learned about gender dysphoria and you learned about trans people and all of that, and you, through your research, started to unconsciously absorb all of the narratives of really high suicide rates for transgender people, all the really toxic, distorted, you know, comical narratives that people want to make about transgender people, and that affected how you viewed your transition, whether you realize it or not. It happened to me. That's why I'm just saying this is totally what happened to me. And you can either make a conscious decision of the fact that you are going to just recognize that the thought of needing to transition was just a beautiful catalyst to get back into aligning with who you are meant to be on this earth, and the physical changes that you had to go through. Maybe they were physical, maybe they were just changing your name, maybe they were kind of social presentation changes. Whatever those changes you had to go through in order to get back into alignment with who you really truly are here to express yourself and push through those feelings of dysphoria, being disaligned with who you are. It's a beautiful catalyst. It's a beautiful indicator that something wasn't right, and you can either see it as the catalyst to the most painful, horrible journey that you ever had to go on in your life, or you can be like, okay, this is rad. Now I know what's up. I feel like expressing myself in a different way would empower me, would put me on a path to greater self-expression, and if I own this one aspect of my life, and it happens to just be the physical things, then I can just incredibly own all the other aspects of my life, and it's really your choice. It really is. And right now as a community, we really have to reclaim on an individual level our power, and the power comes from the narratives, and the narratives are what we choose to tell ourselves. And we can either let everybody else's narratives of gender transition being this horrible, painful thing. In some ways it is, like family and all of that may disown you, and you may have a lot of seemingly painful things, but the same way you can reappraise all those experiences as, you know what, the cost is greater to not fully express yourself than it is to keep people in your life that maybe fully never are going to see you as you fully see yourself, and that's okay. And it's a way to sift and sort and reorganize your life in an incredible, amazing, empowering way, and it's really up to you to reappraise what gender transition means to you, and that the narrative you tell yourself and that you can reprogram your mind to say is gender transition is an incredible journey of self-discovery. It is a beautiful catalyst into delving in and sifting and reorganizing your life into everything that you ever wanted it to be, if you allow it. It can also be the most painful experience. It can also be painful and beautiful. It's really the narrative that you choose, and I haven't had an easy gender transition. I have the opportunity to talk to my mom for like a year, and she still calls me the wrong pronoun, and it's actually been incredibly painful. But I've been really conscious in reappraising what this transition has been for me, and it has really taught me what I can and cannot live without, who I am, and how I will allow other people to treat me, how I will allow myself to treat me, what are my standards for how I live my life, how I treat my body, how I treat other people. That has made me more compassionate, more empathetic, and all of those types of things just by realizing that I'm so much more than a body, but the physical indicator that, hey, I'm having some dysphoria really just it tapped me in and turned me on and tuned me into other subconscious beliefs that I had of things that I needed to change in my life. And so it can be a beautiful path to self-expression, or it can be incredibly painful. That's all I'm going to say. And I hope for you, in whatever way that looks for you, maybe it's subscribing to this channel and watching more of my videos, that we can unpack some really toxic narratives about the transgender experience. So I love each and every single one of you. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Ashton James Colby, and my Twitter is Ashton J Colby. I'm just getting that more up and running, but my Instagram's where it's at. You can message me, leave a comment below if this is resonating with you. If gender transition has been a catalyst for other positive changes in your life, let me know below. I want to hear it. I want to soak it all up. Let's create a collective consciousness of gender astronauts that are ready to go deeper than the physical changes and talk about the intellectual, emotional, spiritual, all those beautiful things. And stay tuned for guided meditation, yoga to relieve trauma related to gender dysphoria, all of those things. They're coming more in 2018. Subscribe to stay tuned and hit that like button, add a comment. Helps my channel grow. Share it, and I love you. Stay awesome and have a great rest of your day.